Okay guys, welcome to Crazy Burger. In this video we're going to be looking at the latest firmware update for the Handheld and the VS version 2.0.2. Let's get started. So Blaze sort of gives a little teaser here with what the Renovation and Grim collection are going to look like once they're booted up on the VS. You've got your sort of game sort of art, and they actually look really cool. I do like the setup. Makes them look really nice and fresh. Love it. Without further ado though, let's have a look at the firmware update that's now available for the Handheld and the VS. Okay, so this is the main page. I'll leave links in the description if you want to download it. There's a massive changelog this time though that will give us a lot of all the bug fixes that have took place. We'll have a look at that in a minute, but here's the sort of minimum system requirements for Windows. There's also a Mac version down below here, and in the future there's also going to be a Linux version. But obviously for me, I'm going to be downloading the Windows version. This will be for the Handheld. This is all the instructions. It's pretty simple. You download the Win installer, connect your Evercade handheld with the cable that you got with the handheld, and run through the instructions. Pretty simple. But what we're going to look at primarily is all the changelog and the update via the VS. Okay, so as of 9th of February at the time of this video, version 2.0.2 is now available on the VS and Handheld. Now on the VS, all you have to do is really go to the update system settings and do the update that, and it should quickly run through it. We'll do that later on in this video, but first I'm going to look at the issues that they've looked at. So obviously talking about two very big features that we've been asking for is a reset option in the in-game menu. Not really sure why you would need that, but it's there if you want it and if you've been asking for it. They've also, looks like they've obviously done a lot of work on the pixel perfect display mode, obviously using a nearest neighbour filter, because I think there was a lot of issues talking about the image quality. I think you find if you were running the pixel perfect mode, the graphics really weren't any better, and sometimes in some cases actually worse than just standard quality, which was obviously not the point of pixel perfect at all. There's a lot of bug fixes now for the save states on Indie Heroes, which I'm really glad about, because on the last version, if you try to access your old save states on your handheld or the VS, they were gone. Basically, they were vanished. They were just not exactly vanished. They were just pointing to the wrong sort of folder on your actual handheld on the actual cart. So hopefully we'll have a look at that and see if that's actually been fixed. So that's compatible with 2.0 and firmware on both devices. But also there's some caveats there. That means that save states will no longer be compatible with firmware version 1.3.1. So make sure all your devices are up to date to avoid any more issues. There's still a lot of bugs and stuff they are sort of investigating, so I'm pretty sure we will see a lot more updates as we go, because I guess it's been a very busy month for Blaze sort of working on all the bug fixes, and there's been quite a few, especially for specific games, which we'll go into in a little minute. You can see there we've got the reset button, which we'll have a look at too. And here we have the list of changes that's occurred for all Evercade consoles. We've got typo descriptions, controller mapping, themes. So it'd be better if it was a bit more specific to what we're actually talking about here. Improved consistency of wording in the mapping screen. Fair enough. Improved in-game menu. Menu navigation menus now look vertically. Okay. Holding directions now scroll in the main menu and in-game menu. Reduced line spacing height and in-game control mappings for 720 and 1080p displays. Added restart game button to the in-game menu. Pressing left in a sub-window whilst in the in-game menu will now snap back to the main menu. Alright, fair enough. Fixed all the Indie Heroes saves not displaying. I found it was more like Anguna and like Quest Arrest that was all pretty much gone. There was a few other issues here and there. I had some with Flea and Doodle World as well. It seemed, hopefully that will seem to fix this. Oh, they've got an added notification system to alert warn user of potential save state incompatibility on game updates before an update is applied. Okay, here's all the information for VS. There's quite a lot here, mostly talking about some of the stuff I've really mentioned. Fixing this issue with dark chambers, frame rate issues. Interesting to see if this actually takes place. Fixed a bug with a certain secret. Now, if you were following just before Christmas, there was obviously the phone line to phone, and it gave you a code, but it didn't actually work because it wasn't in the sort of in the system yet. It wasn't actually active, but anyway, it should now work. So we'll check that out as well. Evercade Handheld, there's a added battery indicator to in-game menu. Fix some control bugs for Worms Armageddon. Fix green light, improve performance on all emulation. Now this is probably the bit I'm more concerned about, is the game patches. There have been various bugs, and here's a few of the games that were probably primarily mentioned. Now some of them you may only be able to update via the Evercade VS, which means it'll update on the VS. You need to insert the cart to the VS, and it'll patch the cartridge once it's actually put in the VS. And it looks like it's just only the Galeco cart patching Thunderhoop, which was an issue later on in the game when you couldn't actually progress any further. Patched Quest Arrest, also some bugs and issues there. Patched Mania Challenge, hopefully we'll be able to enter the ring after you actually leave. Patched Yazi. Yazi had an issue where you couldn't progress past level 25. It was just impossible to complete. You needed to find the code to go into level 26, but hopefully that's been fixed. Patched V2.0.2, don't know what was wrong with that because I finished that, played it, didn't see any issues, but obviously there was an issue somewhere. Anyway, without further ado, let's get the VS kicked on and we'll run through the update live on the video. Okay guys, here we've got the Evercade VS booted up. We don't have any cartridge inserted, it doesn't really matter if you have or not. So to get started you need to go to your settings. Okay, go down to System. Check for updates. You see we're still on 2.01. So we need to check for updates. Yep, there's an update available. Let's click yes, will we? Yeah, let's do it. Well, fairly sizable, 216 megabyte update. May take a minute or two to actually update. So once it's done the update, it just reboots. It might take another minute or two to actually run through the update. So just have patience, it does actually work, and it does come up with these kind of unusual messages on the left hand side. Don't panic, it does take a little minute or two to actually work, but it does work, just wait. Okay, so guys, that took maybe 5 minutes maximum. You might take quicker than that, depending on your Wi-Fi, I guess. So let's have a quick look. What I want to do just now is have a look at the actual secret that was dropped. We'll do that first since that's quite straightforward. I don't think there's any obvious changes here. Any more themes? No. Sounds. Network? No. Accessibility. So most of this is probably just the same. Legal and support. There's supposed to be some changes to this. Probably some crazy stuff. But anyway, let's go on to the secret code. And if you don't want to know this, you can skip this part and jump away or stop the video. But this is not. It's not a massive issue, though. It's not like a secret game. So the code that was dropped on the telephone line was the word circuit. Now we did try this prior to Christmas, but it did not work, and it's because it wasn't actually active yet. So if you put in the word circuit, then press enter, you get this. And that's it. I'm not really sure if there's any sort of further secret there, and it's kind of hidden, not really sure. But that's what it is. It's probably not really worth waiting for. Kind of thought it would have been a game or something, but it's just a picture of the circuit board, I guess, which maybe goes inside the VS. But there's one more I want to sort of show you. So there's one more I want to show, which is also a picture. I think a few people do know this code, but it's not actually been sort of made official yet. So if I type in this word, this person knows who he is, and it's obviously this is more like an in-joke between him and Ryan. So I'm not going to explain it, I'm just going to type this in, deadlock, press enter. and you get loads of potatoes. And that's all for now. Now, apparently I think there's been more secrets added, maybe even more cart combos, which I'll probably have a look at and see if there's anything that have been activated and see what's going on. But for now, let's have a look at some of the other issues that they said that I've sorted with some of the carts. We're going to start with Mania Challenge, I think. Okay, we're going to have a look at Mania Challenge on Technos Arcade 1. Let's see. Oh, got game update alert. This is an update available for this game which fixes reported issues. However, game states will become incompatible with the updated version. Do you wish to update this game? So word of warning, if you have save states and you want to keep them, then obviously it's up to you whether you want to do this or not. But I would say for the most part you are going to want to fix the update, especially for this game, because this game is completely broke. So yes, let's do the update. So this will probably patch the actual game on the cart. Obviously, if you start playing this now, you would just lose your save states. So let's start the game, see if we can jump out the ring and then enter it again. Okay. Now the issue with this was trying to get out the ring. Oh my god, he's trying to pin me already. Right, let's see if I can try and jump out the ring. I bet I'll not be able to get out the ring now. Right, see if I can... Whoa. Okay, so we're out the ring. The issue before was trying to get in the ring. Yay, look at that, we can get in the ring now. Happy days. Okay, simple stuff, but yeah. Not sure how you actually run. Oh yeah, so do that. Well, that's quite good news, you can actually get in the ring. Okay guys, something I'm going to look at is the Pixel Perfect mode. Now if you've probably played the VS, especially the VS, you'll notice that the Pixel Perfect mode probably didn't make a heck of a lot of difference. And I've noticed this especially when playing a lot of the Chaos Engine. Now currently we've got this on, it's just original ratio basically. But if you actually jump to, we'll go to the start, go to display settings and we'll jump it to Pixel Perfect. Obviously it makes the screen a little bit smaller, but you can definitely see a massive difference in that the picture itself is a lot sharper. And this is going to make a massive difference, especially if you're playing this on sort of a larger TV. You'll see a huge difference. I usually play on a smaller monitor at times, but you can see it's definitely much sharper, looks a lot better. Before it was kind of quite blurry, and this is a massive difference. If you've not played this game yet, get it played, it's absolutely fantastic. So you probably see there is a reset option now on the sort of pause menu in the game, so I guess that really just resets the console. I'm not really sure why you'd want to do that. I'm not really sure why, not really something I would be asking for, but obviously press it basically reboots the console. I guess it's, or reboots the game, sorry. Thought it was actually going to reboot the console, so in a game it resets the game. Alright, okay. I get the point of that, I guess. You can start from the beginning without actually quitting out and coming back in again. Okay, I get the point of that, that's fine. I didn't really understand that one there. I guess that's only an in-game menu option where you can sort of reset back. Yeah, it will be, yeah. So it's just an in-game option to reset the game back to normal state, I guess, without your saves functions, I'm assuming. Which is pretty cool. It's like, saves you sort of taking the cart out, quitting, going back in, that kind of thing. So that's pretty good. Okay guys, we jumped on to Yazi. This had an issue where you could not complete level 25 no matter what you do. It was basically incomplete. You basically had to jump past that by using a sort of cheat code. Not a cheat code, the sort of password which was made available by Andrew Byatt. Let's have a look at it and try and complete the level now, normally without having to cheat. Okay guys, so I'm nearly complete. It is still such a tricky level to actually do, but it is, as I think I'm about to complete it, by just sort of destroying this, collecting the last gold piece. Level 25 is now done. Happy days. So bug has been fixed. Okay guys, playing Anguna now, but I'm sort of checking the saves, and I don't have any of my saves. All my saves are completely gone. And I definitely have saved in here. I think there's obviously still some kind of issues here. I'm going to have a look at some of the other games in Indie Heroes. This is obviously the VS I'm still using. Other games I had issues with was Deadis. I had no saves for that. Let's have a quick look. So if we go into the saves, oh, don't want to do that. Yep, my saves are all still gone on the VS, which isn't good. They're definitely still missing. So here's an update available which fixed reported issues. Again, this is similar to one of the other games we just played. So if you want to update this game, go for it. You just say yes. Most likely lose all your save states anyway for this one, which isn't a big deal. So if we look at it, all my save states are probably gone. Yep, so don't have any save states. Bit of a nightmare scenario. So you may want to think twice about doing some of these updates or not. It really depends what game's affected and whether you want to play it or not. So, or maybe just start all over again. Okay, guys, something I also want to point out, which there are a lot of other bugs and sort of fixes needing to happen, and they're not happened yet. And one of them is going to be Asteroids Deluxe, which we know is not really the version of Asteroids Deluxe that we've got. It's supposed to be from 1981, but we have a really strange concoction of a version that we have. We've got the deluxe background, but we don't have the deluxe sort of game mechanics. As you can see, it's really still old sort of Asteroids. It should look a little bit different to this, but yeah, not ideal. I think this one's definitely still getting looked at. Amongst other ones that have been brought up, there's still plenty of fixes going to happen, and we'll definitely see further updates as we go forward. So they've not forgotten about it, they're just still working on some of these issues. Okay guys, just click on the link, download WinInstaller for the handheld this is we're doing. The file will download. Shouldn't take too long, only took me about 30 seconds or so. What you need to do now is unzip this, so just right click, extract all, or however you want to extract it. Okay, once you've downloaded it, double click it to start it, make sure you're doing the right one, don't get it mixed up with some of your older ones. That's 2.0.2. Double click it to start it, just click more info, run anyway. Okay, connect your Evercade device to your PC or laptop or whatever you're using. Use your original cable that you got with your handheld, that's the one to use. Any other ones, it may not work, may not find it, may just start charging your device. Oh, internal error. Obviously I'm too slow to do this, so restart the update. Let's try it. So what we need to do is press and hold the menu button whilst you're turning on the device. Just keep holding it. You can hear the little button. Here we go. Can let go now. Checking firmware. Hopefully not take too long. It's whizzing through it quite quickly. Hey, update success. And that's my Evercade now rebooting. We'll have a look at it now. Okay guys, I've got my handheld sort of updated now. We'll go to the settings just to show what version we're actually on. So we're on version 2.0.2, you see at the top there, so that's quite cool. I was just having a quick look at that. It's basically the same issues that we got. My save states are still pretty much missing from Anguna. I don't know what the heck's happened to them, but I definitely don't have them. So I jump into my saves, I have absolutely no saves, which is not true. I played through this game quite a lot and I've basically lost all my saves. So that's not good, but you can see there's the reset button is now there if you want to reset the game. Let it go through, just press reset, it basically reboots the game as so, which is, I guess, pretty cool. Sort of more clear, you can see what I'm on the handheld, you can see the graphic there, which is pretty cool. So just a word of warning, there is a fix for Thunderhook, but you need to do this fix through the VS first before playing it on the handheld. It will patch the cartridge when you're doing playing it on the VS, and then lastly you can play it on the handheld and it's patched already. So just a word of warning, it doesn't work on the handheld, you have to do it through the VS first. So interestingly, playing sort of Thunderhook, it's really difficult to see any massive distance between the original and Pixel Perfect mode. If this is just original, which is absolutely fine, I don't have any issues with it, but if you sort of put it to Pixel Perfect, it's kind of difficult to see any massive changes, to be honest. Kind of difficult to tell, but I think you really see the main differences when you're playing the VS rather than the sort of handheld. I think in handheld sometimes it's probably better just playing it on the original ratio. Now this is one thing that you really can't have Pixel Perfect mode on these games. This still looks horrific. Wonder if they'll ever do anything about that, because basically playing the game list is unplayable. Well, let's have a look. Putting that back to... Now obviously you could play full screen, but obviously it looks a stretched mess, which isn't really good. But you know, you can play that way if you really want to. I don't know. It's a tough choice, isn't it really? It's a trade-off, but I think the best way to play them is probably just play it in original ratio. Ideally, we could get to maybe play it in Tate mode, which would be fantastic. Maybe that'll be something we'll see going forward, which would be fantastic. Let's get quickly onto the game, see if we can get out the ring and back in again. Okay guys, I've made it out the ring, so all we need to do is go back up, push up in front of the ring, and yay, happy days. We can go in. Oh, it's actually a really fun wrestling game, so hopefully more people will not be put off now and actually play this, because it is actually really good fun to play. So guys, going to have the final word on Indie Heroes Collection. Now if you are not keen about losing your saves, you may want to stay at one of the older firmwares like 1.1.3 I think it was, which we didn't have any issues with. But if you don't mind, you're probably going to have to start again with some of the games. Namely, I think I found Anguna and Questoress was probably the issues, and Daedus. But you could really just start again, it's really up to yourself. But just be wary of that. If you update, you've not necessarily lost the saves, it's just that they are saved in a different folder. And if you update to this, you will lose them, you'll have to really start again, unless you want to stay in the older firmware. So it's just a personal choice, just a word of warning. You can see with Questoress, I have absolutely no save, so more or less you really just have to start again. And at least the Questoress has been patched anyway, so you need you can probably start again, and there'll be no bugs. You'll be able to finish the game with relatively little issues. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. That was our first look at this new firmware update. I'm sure we might discover a lot more things as we go forward. So if you've not found the fix that you're looking for, they are still working on a lot of changes. So don't worry, there'll be more patches coming forward, and maybe there'll be even more secrets coming forward too. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and we'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.